Hey guys, what's up? How are y'all doing? So, just so you know, this Unplugged is going to be a two-parter like my last one. And yeah, and like I said in my short, this Unplugged has to do with a different aspect of the divorce, not the depression that I went through in the last Unplugged, but something, an aspect of it that I didn't understand until much later in my life when I had to make a really critical decision. So anyway, with all that out of the way, let's get into this. So so during the divorce, when my dad walked out and all that crap basically hit the fan essentially. Okay, I was mad. Like I was really mad and I was upset and all that. And in my last video you probably understood a great deal of what I went through during that, right? Well, the aspects of my dad walking out, like, yeah, that really rocked me. It did. And but the thing was, I think I truly underestimated during that time how mad I was at him for doing that, because after he did that, I must not have spoken to him for, gosh, it was months, like a lot of months before I talked to him again about any of it, because as you probably noticed in my last two-parter Unplugged, I was dealing with a lot, with the depression and my anger and my sadness and everything else in between. And but you know what? I in a way I kind of blame myself. Well, I blame myself, but I also kind of blame my mom a little bit in a way for this, because like one thing that I want all of you to know and understand about my life is that in the background that I came from, my parents fought on a pretty consistent basis. And during all that time, I genuinely wanted to believe with all my heart, with hope against hope, that my mom was the victim and that my dad was the one who was always, hurting her and beating up on her and everything. But after my dad walked out, and my journey with my depression, the whole divorce roller coaster happened and all that, things just got worse. And not just even with my depression and my anger and my sadness, but I started to notice a whole side of my mother that I didn't even know existed. I mean, up until that point throughout my childhood, I had seen like hints and inconsistencies and things like that here and there, but I I never, when I was a kid, when I was like in my elementary years or my middle school years, I never put two and two together. I didn't think anything about like what was really going on with her and how she really was as a person or whatever. I just believed, oh, she's a victim. She's doing this out of a point of anger and frustration and things like that. But the further that the divorce went, the further that I was moving along in life, through my sophomore year of high school, through my teen years, and all that, I was starting to notice not only more inconsistencies, I was starting to notice the hypocrisy, the lies, the backstabbing, the manipulations, the just all these utterly horrible and horrific things that she was doing. And she was doing it not just to me, but also to Allison, my sister, on a pretty regular basis. And it hurt. It freaking hurt. It really did. And I just did not know. I didn't know what to do about that one way or another. Like, really, the only silver lining with all of that, the only silver lining I had in all of that was that eventually my older brother would get back from his 2-year mission. But even then, when he came back, it still wasn't smooth sailing, because Mom now was getting on him and me. And I mean, the situation at home honestly got so bad that Allison basically walked out. And you know what? I totally understand now why she did that and whatnot, because what Mom was doing to all of us was just inhumane. Just the mental abuse, the verbal abuse, the emotional abuse, and all the toil and the pain and the hurt and the yelling, the accusations, the flipping out at us over the most trivial of things. And it was just... it just hurt and affected every single one of us all across the board. And what all of us went through during the divorce, even after the divorce was finalized, I wouldn't wish what the three of us went through with her on anybody, not even my worst enemy, because that was hell. It was absolute hell what we went through and what she did to us. And what makes me upset, like I said earlier, I wanted to believe that she was the victim. And you know what? For years and years and years and years, I fought a losing battle believing that she was the victim. And you know what? Figuring out and finding out for myself over the days, the weeks, and the months that she wasn't, it was the bitterest pill I've ever had to swallow. Because I did not want to believe that that was true. In my heart of hearts, I didn't want to believe how cruel and inhumane and horrible of a person she was to all of us. She didn't care about any of us. She didn't genuinely love any of us. She just hurt all of us. And I think the thing about that, though, that upsets me the most is, like I said, the fact that I wanted to believe that she was the victim. I wanted to believe that she was the one always getting hurt. I wanted to believe that, like, the reason why she was doing what she was doing was because of the bad stuff happening to her, when the truth was she was the one that was inflicting a great deal of the bad stuff in the first place. Anyway, coming to the end of part 1 of this. In the next part, I'll be letting you all know about how one of my dad's actions influenced a critical decision that I made at a later point in my life, which would point me in the direction of one of the most monumental decisions of my short life. Anyway, I hope y'all look forward to seeing that as much as I look forward to telling y'all about it. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. If you've had any experiences similar to this, let me know down in the comments below. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Okay, bye!